Halos coming off a series win against the Texas Rangers, and tonight they open up a three-game set. It's the visiting Kansas City Royals in town to start this three-gamer. We welcome you inside our broadcast booth and back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and when you go back and look at some of the games that the Angels played over the last week, now there's no doubt about it. Justin Upton struggled in Detroit at Comerica Park, but he's starting to swing the bat a little bit better, and if he could go back to what he was doing prior to getting hit by a pitch, driving the ball the other way, this could help this ball club.
That's exactly right, Victor. When you think about it, he's hit 5 home runs the other way this season, and yesterday I thought his swing was perfect as far as letting that baseball travel. Didn't try the pole, kept that front hip in, and let that ball in the outside part of the plate, and he drove it to right center field. First home run in 16 games. When you think about how hot he was the previous 13 before getting hit with that pitch, 7 home runs. So when Justin Upton gets hot, he can carry the club. He's going to get Mike Trout more pitches to see, and he's also going to give Albert more opportunities to drive him in also. So just let that baseball travel for Justin Upton and start carrying the ball club with the big fly.
Danny Duffy's on the mound for the Kansas City Royals, so a left-hander. That means no Shohei Ohtani in the lineup. As a matter of fact, Mike Scioscia 1 through 9, all right-handed batters for the 7th time this year. Nick Tropiano is on the mound for the Angels, his 2nd time he's faced the Kansas City Royals. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. Sit back and relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return.
And he's ready and blasts. One deep to left.
Salvador Perez, he's getting used to that trot because he's been doing it with regularity.
They'll shoot one out toward deep left center field. Headed toward the rocks. Incoming! Big fly for Mike Trout. Two teams met. It was rather chilly and a little snowy in Kansas City. They played 2 of the 3 games. The third one will be made up coming up here later in June. It'll be a Monday off. The Angels will travel there and play that makeup game.
That baseball was crushed by Trout in
yes,
the snow, in the snow globe.
not too shabby. It's a beautiful night for baseball here, 67 degrees as the Angels take the field wearing the alternate red tops. We will take a look at Ned Yost and his starting lineups for the Kansas City Royals. Game number 60 on the season. They're currently at 21-38, fourth in the American League Central, 9.5 games back, and it'll be John Jay leading things off. He is the DH. Whit Merrifield at second base. Mike Moustakas at third. Salvador Perez was injured the last time these two teams met. He's in the cleanup hitter and the catcher. Jorge Soler's in right. Alex Gordon left. Hunter Dozier at first base. Alcides Escobar, the shortstop. Abraham Almonte, the center fielder, batting ninth. Nick Tropiano on the bump. This will be his 9th start of the season. 3-3 with a 3.80 ERA.
And Tropiano really coming off 2 really good starts in which he combined 12 2/3 innings pitches, 3 earned runs, 11 strikeouts. My go-to for Trop to be successful today against Kansas City is really, for me, is to be able to throw that curveball for strikes when he's getting ahead of the count with the curveball, and then use that splitter for the strikeout pitch. Similar plane, but then that straight down break on the splitter, all set up by getting ahead of the count. That first pitch strike, the splitter's been very, very good for Nick Tropiano.
Take a look at the defense for the Angels tonight. The opener of this 3-game set will look like this. Upton, Trout, and Young in right field. The infield with Cozart, Simmons on the left side, Kinsler, Marte on the right side, Maldonado behind the plate.
I mean, you think about the Angels as far as their pitching staff and what they've been able to do. They've been helped out by plays like this, like Mike Trout going back on this. The sprint speed, 29 feet per second, 104 feet he covered. The catch probability on that play by Trout, 19%. You're talking about how well the staff is going, but Mike Trout has really led this defense in center field, a quarterback, the outfield defense.
Halos hanging on and picking up the 3-1 victory over Texas yesterday afternoon. Currently sitting in third place in the American League West, 5.5 games back with a 32-28 mark. It's the Seattle Mariners leading the American League West currently, a 1-game lead over the Houston Astros. John Jay having a nice season with Kansas City, DHing, 304 batting average, 2 doubles, a home run, 17 RBIs. First one is in for a strike. First pitch is brought to you by Carson Toyota. Very short schedule throughout Major League Baseball. 5 games on the docket, 1 already done. That one's off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yankees beat the Tigers 7-4 in game 1 of a doubleheader. Detroit leading in game 2. Everything else just underway in San Diego, San Francisco, and here. 1-1. Missed inside. 2 balls and a strike.
Kansas City a little bit better as far as batting average on the road, 259 as compared to 251 at home. John Jay much better too on the road, 319 batting average.
This is the second time Tropiano's faced the Royals. First was his first start coming back from injury. On April the 12th, picked up the W, went 6 innings. 6 2/3 innings, pardon me. 6 hits, no runs, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, throwing 88 pitches that day. 2-2 pitch. Jay laid on it, fouls it back.
What a moment that was, coming back, that length of time between starts, coming back from Tommy John surgery to go out and perform like he did. He had a pretty consistent fastball. Remember that game, 92 to 93 range. Generally, his average fastball is going to be around 89.5.
Pulled to the right side and a base hit. Went down and got it. So it's a leadoff single for Jay. Man on for Merrifield.
And he continues to swing the bat well, John Jay. On the road, this splitter, he wanted to go down and away, was down and in, and that's why he was able to get that barrel of the bat on it. Would have been more difficult if it goes down and away. With that swing path he has, he's able to get that between first and second. You want that downward action, not that, almost like a cut back into his swing.
.294 batting average for the consistent second baseman Merrifield. 17 doubles, 4 home runs, 22 runs batted in. He'll take a breaking ball downstairs. Last two starts for Tropiano out on the road. At Toronto, at Detroit.
Tropiano has an excellent pickoff move. John Jay has 3 stolen bases, been caught twice.
One-0 pitch. It's a count of the ball and a strike. In those 2 road starts that he had for Toronto and Detroit, a couple of wins for Tropiano. 7 1/3 against Toronto the 24th, 5 1/3 innings on the 29th against the Tigers. John Jadley with leadoff single standing at first base.
It's a good pitch right there.
It's the bottom part of the strike zone for ball 2. Gabe Morales calling the balls and strikes tonight. Ed Hickox at first, the crew chief Jerry Meals at second, and Chris Siegel at third base.
Good count now for the Royals that put an action play on, especially Merrifield handles the bat well.
Just off the plate. Moustakas on deck. Much slower pace for Tropiano all of a sudden tonight. We've seen. Jay back easily. Merrifield, a 9th round pick at the University of South Carolina back in 2010. 145 games last season for the Royals, at 288. Stole 34 bases. 3-1 pitch. Out toward left. Upton's got to go back a little bit. Still drifting back at the wall and bangs into the wall as Jay tags and heads to second. Just continued to drift with the baseball as opposed to just going to a spot. 1 out.
Yeah, these warmer nights, baseball's starting to carry a little bit more so. Drifts back to the wall and hits his back on the wall, knocked down, and good base running by John Jay to tag up on that one. Hear that sound off the wall. Trout saying, I felt that wall yesterday making that play. But now a runner in scoring position.
Here's Moustakas. 271 batting average. He'll rip this one down the right field line. That is just foul.
Kansas City's always been a notorious first pitch swinging club. Even when they had those 2 great runs in the World Series, won one, lost one. They were swinging early. They were aggressive, especially when they get a chance to hit a fastball.
Simmons up the middle with Moustakas at the plate. 0-2.
Definitely got to think in terms of Simmons drifting back behind the base at some point. If there's not contact made by Moustakas, Maldonado backpicking him. John Jay's getting a pretty big secondary lead.
Reaching for it, it's a base hit to right field. Jay will come in to score, and the Royals have a 1-0 lead as Moustakas picks up his 40th RBI. No bite on that splitter from Tropiano.
He's able to stay back on that one very well. He wants that one to drift out of the strike zone, especially when you work to get ahead.
Angels play from behind against Kansas City. Still only 1 out. Here's Salvador Perez.
Moustakas now 4 for 7 in his career versus Tropiano.
Perez takes a breaking ball for a strike. Salvador now 28 years of age. .239 batting average. 7 doubles, 9 home runs, 30 runs batted in. This is his 40th game of the year. 0-1. 0-2. Sixteen pitches thus far for Nick. Royals have Soler on deck. Out towards center, or towards right center field. Trout moves over. 2 down.
So far, a couple times in this game with 2 strikes on a batter, has left the pitch in the strike zone instead of trying to expand, get him to swing at 9 strikes.
That last pitch is slider. So the stock is still at first base, and here's Jorge Soler, the right fielder. .273 average, .365 on base percentage. 24 extra base hits. One and 0. Piano follow behind here. 2 balls, no strikes.
Anticipating the fastball, got a curveball instead.
Two on. 3-1.
Quite a few pitches already in this first inning for Tropiano, 21 of them.
What happened to Tyler Skaggs yesterday in the first inning? A lot of pitches. No runs came across. 3-1 pitch. That's in for a strike. Full count.
92-mile-an-hour fastball. Great on that outside corner at the knees. Quick conversation with Maldonado, let him know. 3-2 on the move. I would imagine now you try a curveball now. Soler can hit a fastball a long way.
Mustakas takes off. Breaking ball locked him up. Down goes Soler. It's the first strikeout for Tropiano. It took him a few pitches, but he gets out of the first. Angels down 1-0.
61, 32 and 28 on the year. It's Kinsler at second, Trout at center, Upton's in left. Pujols DHing tonight with Simmons at shortstop after a day off. Cozart back to third. Marte at first, Maldonado behind the plate, and Chris Young getting the start in right field. 29-year-old left-hander, SoCal native Danny Duffy on the mound for Kansas City. Gooba, he has struggled this year, 2-6 with a 5.71 ERA.
Yeah, it's still pretty good stuff. My go-tos to be successful against Duffy, though, today for the Angels is don't chase any of those pitches out of the strike zone. Make him throw strikes. And then, when you get a chance, hit those mistakes, secondary pitches. He's given up 8 home runs versus his secondary pitches this season. 6 home runs versus his fastball.
First one to Kinsler. There's a fastball missing downstairs. Ian yesterday went hitless, had his hit streak snap. Halos had just 4 hits, 2 of which were home runs. Checked out 1 home run. That was the Upton blast in the 6th inning. A couple home runs the night before. He had one of those. This one's outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Kinsler at 217. 10 doubles, 5 home runs, 12 runs batted in.
Outstanding career numbers against Kansas City. .320 batting average with 23 home runs versus the Royals.
Lifts this one out to shallow right field. Long run for Jorge Soler. Still coming on. Slows down, makes the catch at the last second. 1 out. 2-0 pitch. Kinsler's retired. We'll check out the Royals on the defensive side of things. Gordon, Almonte, and Soler in the outfield. Moustakas, Escobar, Merrifield, and Dozier from third to first. Perez behind the plate.
Salvador Perez, one of the best catchers in baseball, has been for a long period of time. Won 4 straight Gold Gloves from 2013 through 2016. Martin Maldonado won the Gold Glove last year. So far this season, he's thrown out 50% of base stealers, 9 of 18 attempts against them.
Trout looks at a strike. Back at 308. 19 home runs, 37 runs batted in. Hitless, 0-3 yesterday. What a one.
Boy, Trout and Upton combined against Duffy in their careers. A .379 career batting average between Trout and Upton against Duffy, including that 3 home runs.
Foul back. Perez a late start coming back toward the screen, runs out of room.
Well, off the bat, I thought they had a chance of staying in play.
Yeah, as did I. Ground ball toward the middle. Escobar's not going to get this one. It's a 1-out single for Trout.
Continues to swing the bat well against Duffy and the Royals. My Hyundai key for this game for the Angels to be successful against Kansas City today. Going a little Christina Aguilera, fall in line. That means 1 through 9 in the lineup continue and start being more consistent driving the ball, especially back up the middle against Danny Duffy today.
Showed you Upton's home run in the open, went 1 for 3. Home run is 12th of the year, 36 RBIs. He'll take a strike. Base hit for Trout, giving him now 1,104 in his career. He's passed Bobby Grich for 8th place on the Angels all-time hit list.
It's not a real easy combination to steal against as Trout tries to establish his lead. Duffy's allowed 1 stolen base in 2 attempts, and I mentioned earlier about Perez has thrown out 50% of base stealers.
Duffy, pretty good move too.
Yeah, and
he
he's
pick off guys.
And he's quick to the plate. That's a pretty good pitch drive for Upton. Just missed that one. And we talked about him in the opening as far as that home run, the right center field for Justin Upton yesterday. You think about it, he was in a pretty good stretch going before he got hit in the hand and then hit in the forearm.
Time called.
Yeah, prior to those getting hit with the pitch, 7 home runs in 13 games before getting hit. See, generally when you think of Trout, it's always right around 11-foot to maybe 12-foot lead. It's settling right at 10.
Lays off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mentioned the ability to pick runners off. Duffy, 26 pickoffs. Second most in the American League behind James Shields. Going back to 2011. Shields with 27. Not a big lead for Trout at first. 2-2. And there's a base hit to right, going the other way.
That's exactly what we talked about in the opening as far as staying back on a baseball, letting it travel, not trying to pull it. Perfect swing for Justin Upton. A real good sign now that he's using the other field. Stays with it, didn't try to do a whole lot, shorten up in his approach, and lines it to right field, giving Albert Pujols a chance with 2 on.
Little mislocation there for Duffy. You saw Perez setting up the end. That ball right over the heart of the plate.
That one too feels good, especially after you've been hit by a couple pitches. You wanted to get it on the barrel of the bat, and he was able to do that. Duffy wanted to throw that on the handle, which would not have felt good.
And Duffy gives you that opportunity because he likes to throw the fastball.
Yeah.
Comes right after you.
Yeah, it's about 57% of his pitches are fastballs. In this day and age, that's a lot.
Here's Albert. He'll take a little bit high on the 95-mile-per-hour heater. Albert DHing, hitting .248. 8 home runs, 30 runs batted in. Angels down 1-0. Royals getting a run in the first on the Moustakas single to right. Trout at second, Upton at first, 1 out.
Well, you remember in the beginning of the season when the Angels were in Kansas City, they had the shift on every batter, it seemed to be at that point. A little bit of a shift on here, but not as much for Ned Yost.
Toad 1.
Been pretty patient, making sure he's in the strike zone so far against him. Talked about that as far as go-tos.
Three and 1. Simba on deck.
And for Kansas City, it's been a mystery what's been going on with Danny Duffy this season. He's got ace-type stuff, outstanding velocity on his fastball. He's going to be 91, 96, he's even touched 98 in the past. He's got a good slider, curve, and changeup. Very good season back in 2016.
And there's a walk. They're loaded up for Simmons.
Both pitchers with some traffic in the first inning.
Sig alert, if you will. Commonplace here in Southern California.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So Trout at third, Upton at second, Pujols at first. Angelton with the afternoon off yesterday. Swings through that first one, got a heater, missed it. 0-1.
Yeah, you got a number of hitters in this game will be swinging at the first pitch a lot between Escobar, Perez, and Simmons.
A 1. This is out towards center field. Chasing out Monte back. It'll stay in the ballpark. Travel coming to score. Upton will take third. Simmons with a sack fly and retired run. Anderson picks up his 34th RBI.
Well, Anderson's so good as far as using that big part of the field. He's looking for a pitch he could hit in the air, and he did so deep to center field to tie the game up and won. He's so good on pitches that are elevated. You would think as a pitcher, when you throw a pitch at that firm of a velocity at the letters, you're going to get an out, an easy out. That going deep to center field, got the job done as Trout scores after his single in the first. Upton able to tag from second to third.
2 outs for Zach Kozar. We'll look at a strike. Zach hitting .233, 5 home runs, 17 runs batted in. He played short yesterday, had a single with a run scored.
Trout with that run scored since May 2nd. That's his 29th run scored. That's the tops as far as runs scored in Major League Baseball for Trout.
That's out toward left field. Gordon moving back on it. Make the catch as he backpedals onto the track. The Angels tie things up on that sacrifice fly by Andrelton Simmons. We're headed to the second. Tickets for as low as $8 per seat. Call 888-796-HALE or go to angels.com/groups for more details. We're all evened up, 1-1. We start the second. Gordon, Dozier, and Escobar, 6, 7, and 8 against Nick Tropiano. Tropiano throwing 23 pitches in that first inning, allowing 2 hits and picking up a strikeout. Alex Gordon, the left fielder, 268 on the year. Swinging first pitch. Skies went out toward center, drifting more toward left center now. 1 pitch, 1 out.
And what you're seeing now, you've already established it for Nick Tropiano and Martin Maldonado. You see Kansas City swing at the first pitch. You can use that to your benefit to get a lot of quick outs by throwing pitches just slightly off the corner.
Hunter Dozier, 250 batting average for the 26-year-old Denton, Texas native. 4 doubles, a home run, 4 runs batted in. I'll take just off the plate. Ground ball toward third, past Kozar. Dozier's on its way to second. One out double.
See this pitch here for Tropiano, a drift back, a fastball. He wanted to start off the plate and catch the outside corner. Started on the corner and drifted in the middle of the plate and just underneath the glove of Kozart down the line for a double. 5th of the season for Dozier.
So it's Escobar, the shortstop, now up. Breaking ball misses in. Cities at 236. In the midst of a 5-game hitting streak. 13 extra base hits, 15 runs batted in. Did a brief signing with Kansas City. Had a lot of free agents. One. That's the fact with the draft going on, Kansas City, they did 4 of the top 40 or 41 picks.
You know, like 5 in the top 57.
Yeah.
They've had that's sort of trying that rebuild mode. That's why there's a couple players on this roster right now, and a lot of clubs are scouting.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Royals took 3 college pitchers with their first 3 picks. The Angels, they went with a high school outfielder once again. Jordan Adams with the 17th overall pick. Green Hope High School in Cary, North Carolina. One-two.
You know, his last 2 seasons in high school baseball, .474 batting average and 57 stolen bases in 48 games. Also an excellent football player.
Saw a video where he's dunking.
Tremendous wide receiver. Committed to play both at University of North Carolina.
Well, he's anything like Joe Adele. Yeah. Hopefully the Angels will lock him up.
12 touchdown catches last year.
Joe was the Angels' first-round pick last year. He's off to a fast start his professional career.
Brandon Marsh a couple of seasons ago, another football player and baseball player.
2 balls, 2 strikes. You know, we get asked all the time, you know, hey, what do you think about the Angels draft pick? I'm like, that's not our gig, man. We're not out scouting these guys. All we get to see is the videos that are posted online. We see exactly what you see, so it's difficult to kind of make that
we were kind of talking about that in the dugout. I always firmly believe get the best athlete available at that point, especially the 17th pick.
This one back up the middle. For whatever reason, Tropiano decided to go fastball on Escobar, and the Royals have retaken the lead. Escobar, a guy you can definitely get to expand his strike zone.
Yeah, you usually can get him to finish off an at-bat in less than 4 pitches. It's a couple fastballs already in this game for Tropiano that he wanted away, that drifted in the middle of the plate and back up the middle. Remember, Escobar was really struggling swinging the bat back in April in that cold weather for the Royals, but now all of a sudden he's picked it up a bit. Now 16 RBI on the season with that RBI there.
6-game hitting streak now. 4 hits already allowed by Tropiano through an inning and a third. Abraham Almonte, the switch hitting center fielder, up. He takes downstairs. Almonte hitting .211. Shift on. 1-1.
So far what I'm seeing from Tropiano is it doesn't have a feel for his splitter, so a lot more fastballs early on here against a team that likes to hit the fastball. See the shift on in the infield. Kozart almost back in his normal shortstop position where he played a lot of years with Cincinnati.
1-2. Not a big lead at all for Escobar at first base. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Again, another splitter that didn't quite get where he wants to be. It doesn't have a feel for that pitch, but still, the curveball was pretty solid today. And he also has a pretty solid changeup.
Quick throw to first. Mateo lost his footing there. I think if he's on the bag, they got a chance to get Escobar.
He's playing off the base. I've noticed a lot of times you'll do that with a left-handed pitcher, but not necessarily with a right-handed pitcher, especially the move that Tropiano has.
There goes Escobar. Monty takes downstairs to throw down. Short hop Simmons and safe at second base.
Hamilton quickly looked into the dugout.
Jerry Meals with somewhat of a delayed call there, almost as if he was waiting to see if he saw, looking for the baseball. But perhaps just being deliberate.
That's a quick scoop and be pretty tough to.
If he came off the base, they got him.
Yeah, he's off the. Oh. He's not connected there, it doesn't look like, at least at that angle.
The foot gets there before the tag.
Yeah.
Now the question is, does he come off, tag, applied, all that stuff? See, it looked like Meals wanted to ring him up originally. That's why that little bit of a pause there. So they're going to check it.
Now it's a matter of that other, the shin and leg on the base. It looked like from the other angle his hip was still on the bag, going by it.
We'll see how he brings the hand in. That, I mean, that to me is a pretty good indicator that maybe he's not on there. And the glove's still attached to the leg. I don't know. We'll see. So we'll wait and see. The call on the field is safe. Right now it's a stolen base for Alcides Escobar. It would be his 3rd of the year.
And 30th as a team. Now, it looked like he got his foot in there initially. Then the foot is up.
The question is right here, as he's moving the hand in, he's got to be off the base there, you would think.
You would think.
Why else would you move your hand, or you know what I mean?
Exactly.
A little different look here. Now, see, that one makes it look as if maybe the hit did stay on there.
I wonder if it did or not.
I don't think there's going to be enough evidence to overturn.
Anytime we've seen this where it takes that long, it's one of those situations, especially with not a lot of action in baseball tonight, that they're not going to overturn it.
The old call stands, I'm sure. So another man in scoring position, a full count on Monty. John Jay, the leadoff man on deck. Three-two pitch. Dribble right side. Marte goes after it. Feeds Tropiano, who does get the foot on the base. That's another one of those balls that Marte probably just needs to go back to first base, know where Kinsler's at. Ian's going to talk to him.
It's one of those dangerous feeds too for Marte. You throw it backwards, you're still trying to find the base. He's able to drag that toe on the base to get the out.
Escobar ends up at third base.
So he's not on there initially, but then he's able to touch the base right there, get the out.
John Jay with a base hit to open up the game, scored the first run. Royals up 2-1. We're in the second. One. Base hit through the left side, 3-1.
So far, the Royals are 3 for 4 with runners in scoring position this evening.
Trope's just not fooling many guys.
John Jay, as far as opposite field hits this season, he's at the tops in Major League Baseball. 27 opposite field hits, and very good on secondary pitches also. 323. He's the 7th best.
He's 2 for 2. 2 runs in for Kansas City. With Merrifield hit a fly ball to left field in the first.
He's a dangerous hitter, especially when he's ahead of the count. He is right now 1-0. Whit Merrifield coming into the game 5-14. Well, ahead of the count. Showed that graphic earlier what he's done in his last 23 games.
2-0. This one's out toward right center field, not very deep. Young's there, puts it away. For the third out, the Royals retake the lead. They scored twice. They lead at 3-1 as we hit the bottom of the second.
A drive to success. Talk about this farm system, and the drafts of late for the Angels have been very successful. You go back to 2015 with Taylor Ward, 2016 with Matt Theis, Joe Adell last season, and now Jordan Adams this season, 2018 first-round draft picks. Adell with 9 home runs, 13 RBI in A-ball. Theis really swinging the bat well, 288 with 9 home runs in AA, AAA. Same thing with Ward. He's been swinging the bat well.
Ward just got sent up to AAA now. A couple days ago.
Hitting 340 in 44 games combined between AA and AAA. So some solid success in the minors for those high draft picks.
Ball is strike on Jeffrey Marte as the Angels have the bottom third of their order up here in the second. Marte, Maldonado, and Young. Two balls and a strike. Jeffrey hitting 240. 7 extra base hits, 9 runs batted in. I just saw the Royals. Gibby took another pitcher, so 4 college pitchers for the 4 picks. First 4 picks, I should say. When you talk about rebuilding, you know, timeline speeds up on you a little bit.
And those guys are fairly close to the major league level when they've pitched in college at that point, as compared to when you draft a high school pitcher and you're trying to develop him in your system.
2-2. Marte reaching forward.
Speaking of systems, when you talk about the Angels, we talk about and then show the first-round draft picks of the last 4 seasons now, including this one. 4 prospects in MLB.com's top 100 list. You go back to the last 4 years, they had 4 total during that stretch of 4 years. So the minor league system much deeper for the Angels now.
Flare out to left field, and that'll fall in for a leadoff single. I think I had Billy Epler on the pregame show when we were in New York, and that's the MLB.com list. I know that Jonathan Mayo does a lot of good work for MLB.com to put that together, but I think Baseball America has the Angels with 5 top 100 guys. It all depends, you know. It's probably those borderline guys between 99, 100, 101.
Yeah.
But still, to be considering where the organization has been over the last several years with the lack of depth in the minor league system, it's nice to know going into this year that you do have some guys that are available.
That can help you at the major league level, but also can help you July 31st.
Correct.
Something that they haven't been able to do the last couple of seasons. When you're that close, you feel you're a player maybe 2 away, whether it's a starting pitcher or someone down in the bullpen, an extra position player, to be able to make a move.
Maldonado cues one out toward left center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Perfectly placed, and a good read by Marte, and it gets by. Gordon, now Monte will pick it up, and Jeffrey Marte will score. That'll go as a single, an error, and no RBI. The usually sure-handed Gold Glover Alex Gordon making a mistake.
Yeah, you can make an argument one of the best left fielders over the last 15, 20 years defensively. This baseball was placed perfectly, checked up on him, and rolls by him and by Almonte also. Really, nobody even touched that baseball either. Sometimes you'll have those odd hops and rolls with the way the grass is cut now, that it's not that normal way. There's zigzag in there, especially with some other things with the 3,000 out there. Every once in a while you have an odd bounce. You have to really keep your eye on the baseball as an outfielder. Yeah, you can see right here where you have it going one way and then you have it other way. And sometimes when you do that, the baseball will hit that and bounce differently. And that's exactly what happened.
So 3-2 Kansas City. Nobody out, in a man in scoring position. Chris Young late on the fastball. It's 0-2.
Very important at bat right here to make sure at the very least you hit something the other way.
I'm surprised, to be honest with you, that the Angels aren't just sacrificing Maldonado over to third base. With nobody out. Top of the order on deck as Young fouls this one back.
You notice so far in this inning, a couple hits on secondary pitches versus Duffy again. You look at numbers, 273 versus his fastball this season, but 277 versus his secondary pitches. with 8 home runs allowed. Talked about that as far as go-tos against him and how the hitters have had success against those secondary pitches, slider, curve, and changeup this season. You wouldn't think that with Duffy as far as secondary pitches.
But that's got to be a product of mislocation, not getting those secondary pitches where he really wants to get them, right? Because he's got good stuff.
Great stuff, but they also were concerned that they thought he was tipping pitches, especially when he's throwing a secondary pitch.
1-2. Tied, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And it's could be the oddest thing that a hitter could pick up when he's throwing his breaking ball or changeup. I told you the story about hitters figured it out, and I would be sticking my tongue out when I threw a slider as compared to the fastball. I had no idea I did that until I looked at video.
That's just because you saw the carrot cake waiting for you in the clubhouse.
Do you blame me?
You're a carrot cake freak.
Oh, I love carrot cake.
It's good. No raisins, though.
Yes. No raisins. No.
There's no reason to mess up carrot cake with raisins.
I go for the carotene with the carrots in there. It's good for my eyesight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Maldonado at second. 3-2 Kansas City. Cued foul. This one toward the dugout and out of play. Hey, nice catch. A little one-handed grab.
That's a nice play. Wow. No doubter, he was saying, yeah, I got that, no problem.
Good plate appearance so far for Young.
And you imagine at some point you're going to get a pitch to hit. The 9th pitch of the bat coming right now. Hopefully that's the time for Chris Young. Absolutely the worst feeling in the world as a pitcher when you've made some really good pitches and you haven't gotten out. Because then all of a sudden negativity creeps in your mind that I'm going to throw a bad pitch at some point in the sequence. Those hitters will get 1 pitch to hit every at bat. And the more pitches you see, the better chance you're going to make a mistake.
3-2. Foul back. This will be the 40th pitch of the game for Duffy. Young fouls it off.
That was a pretty good pitch again.
Skied out toward left. Unable to advance, Maldonado. I'm going to try the arm of Alex Gordon. 1 out. So here comes Kinsler. Get a fly ball out in the first inning. 0 for 1.
Good hack there for Kinsler on the first pitch. He got a 94-mile-an-hour fastball at the heart of the plate.
Quick pitch action.
So they really seem to be able to track his off-speed pitch. That's his changeup there.
This one's out toward right field, chasing Soler back. Maldonado will tag. No. Not sure why he's staying at second base. Bad read on it.
Especially with a pitcher with 5 wild pitches.
Yeah.
And you know they're not going to necessarily attack Trout in the strike zone. Soler has a pretty good throwing on 2 outfield assists, but you're still going to make him make the perfect throw. Even though Trout's at the plate, it would be a difficult, long throw. I can't imagine them giving Trout anything near the plate.
Duffy's thrown 25 pitches so far. Mike 1 for 1, a base.
And they are going to walk him, so anticipated that.
We'll face Upton here. It'll be the second walk issued by Duffy. Trout, it'll be his 51st walk, 5th intentional. Yesterday we were talking about Trout in the pregame show. I went back and was looking at those numbers for him at the start of the season up to May 28th when he got hurt in Miami. He had 10 intentional walks at that point. But only 30-something total walks.
Yes. See, the thing is now with Justin Upton being here the whole season for Trout, he's got a lot more pitches to swing over the last year plus.
2 on, 2 outs. Upton with a base hit his first time up.
So he's thrown 11 of the first 12 pitches when he starts off in at bat, fastballs. So you look for trends. And that's where you're seeing a lot of fastballs from Duffy on the first pitch.
One. Duffy, a 3rd-round pick in 2007 by Kansas City. 9-10 last year in 24 starts. 3.81 ERA. Three and 1. Pujols on deck. Both starting pitchers. A lot of pitches, a lot of traffic. We're just in the second.
Won't be surprised if we threw him a secondary pitch right now, though. Tried the changeup, got the corner.
It's a strike.
3-1, expecting a fastball, threw him a changeup, and it gets the upper part of the strike zone.
With a full count, 2 outs, the runners will get a head start. Maldonado from second, Trout from first.
Hey, number 4, you suck.
Walked him. Bases are loaded for Albert. Cal Eldred, the pitching coach, coming out.
Cal, a pretty solid pitcher in the major leagues himself.
Albert walked in the first, so 3 walks issued by Duffy thus far.
Got to capitalize on these base runners. Throwing off with a changeup. So often you'll see a pitcher after a visit from the pitching coach, his first pitch fastball went with a changeup there.
One ball, one strike. Outfield straight around with Pujols at the plate. Quasi shift. Merrifield, you see the second baseman still on the second base side, but toward the middle, out in the grass. 1-1. Albert yanks it foul. 1-2.
I mean, very important for Albert. More than likely, he comes back with his changeup. Looks like he feels more comfortable with his changeup. 18% of his pitches this season for Duffy have been changeups. A lot of room in right center field to drive that changeup if it's away for Albert.
1-2 pitch. Upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Kind of muscled up on that changeup.
.35 pitches this inning.
Albert Pujols 6 for his last 15 with runners in scoring position.
2-2. Albert hits one out toward left field, chasing Gordon back. Didn't get all of it. Down the track, hauls it in. The Angels will leave them loaded. They do get a run back. We'll head to the third with Kansas City leading at 3-2. The score of 3-2. It's our pleasure to welcome in Michael Milken, the founder and chairman of the Prostate Cancer Foundation, joining us here in the broadcast booth. And it's all about keeping Dad in the game. It's that time of year with Father's Day right around the corner.
It sure is, and it started right here in 1996 in this ballpark.
It's crazy. How much money to date has been raised with the Home Run Challenge?
We've raised $50 million and had matches of 10-1, so $500 million has gone into medical research.
Yeah, we talked about a lot how, you know, sometimes it's difficult to get your dad and men in general to get tested. How's that been as far as trying to get everyone to do so now?
Well, the death rate's down by more than 50%, and just listening to the two of you has got people out getting tested. During this period of time, the period of time actually that men most get tested is in late June and July. And after you've listened to Major League Baseball games and telling you to go get that simple blood test. But today we have a much better story. We have 8 new drugs approved that has dropped the death rate for those that have had advanced cancer.
So there's been some pretty good advances then. That's the important thing with all the funds that you've been able to raise, even more so where you feel better about people and then be able to have a better shot.
The survival rate for everyone, whether advanced or early now, is 99%, 5 years and longer, 99%. And so when you used to hear a person was diagnosed with cancer, you're worried what's going to happen to them, what's their future. Today, you're going to lead probably a normal life. And no more cancer no more deaths from cancer is in the future. We're starting to see the finish line. So I like to say we've now in second base. We're looking at third and coming home and finishing cancer as a cause of death. And a lot of it comes right back here to this booth at the Angels in 1996.
So how much joy does that bring you personally when you hear those type of numbers as far as success and how everyone gets a chance to be able to survive this and live longer?
Well, it makes me feel great knowing that 350,000 men who had advanced prostate cancer are living normal lives and be with their families at the ballpark on Father's Day throughout America. And another million.
Well, there's a couple of unusual hits there. A double by Moustakas, and Perez with a single off the base, first and third, with nobody out to start this third inning.
And this line drive off the base, dives back and catches that in the air. Prevents that baseball from going down the line and a run scored.
Yep. Michael, this got to be, if memory serves for me, this is my 9th season here with the Angels. This is I think the
You're
earliest,
like a rookie.
Yeah, this is like the earliest I think we've been on with you. It's usually for us, it's usually right around very close to Father's Day.
Well, this
are you starting sooner?
No,
same time frame?
We're going to the West Coast first,
Gotcha.
and then to the East Coast. And you know, one year we went to all 30 stadiums. This year we're only going to 20 some odd stadiums and seeing 28 of the 30 teams play. And it is a pleasure, you know, when you come into this ballpark here. I was mentioning it to Artie Moreno earlier today. It's a place that you'd feel comfortable having your teenage kids come to the ball game. Now, you can't say that in every park around the country, but this park is so family oriented. And just seeing all the kids, we passed out our little stickers here. You don't have your...
Oh, I had my pin on my jacket, though.
We give you your little stickers.
I don't want to get in trouble.
Sure, I'll do that, too. Yeah,
to
we had
hundreds of kids coming in and their joy of baseball, and knowing that the payoff is that we're going to keep fathers in the game, and we're going to eliminate prostate cancer as a cause of death. And when you think about what has occurred over the years, when we first started, the idea of sequencing your genome or sequencing your cancer, it didn't even exist. Computers weren't powerful enough or fast enough to do that. 15 years ago, it cost $1 billion. So if you said, okay, well, gosh, go sequence my cancer. I want to know what type of cancer I have. They say, well, that'll be $1 billion. So no one did that. Today, it's less than $1,000.
Wow.
And so we now know there's 28 types of prostate cancer. And we're going to be able to tell them, man, you know, you have the type of prostate cancer that doesn't really go anywhere. And you don't have to have surgery. You don't have to have radiation. You don't really have to do anything because you have a particular form of prostate cancer rather than just saying someone had prostate cancer.
Well, did you get a chance to get into the clubhouses and talk to the players and the coaching staff to be able to express that opinions to their dads at home?
We do, and you know, the idea originally was, you know, come out to the ball game with your dad, your grandfather, your uncle, your co-worker, and remind them to get tested for prostate cancer. But we have some inside men working on this area, starting with Joe Torre. And I thought tonight,
You got Moustakas hung up between third and first. Nice play by Cozart. One down. Really nice play. And a big out at that, Gooey.
Yeah, because now you set yourself up with a double play ball you can go through with no runs allowed. It looked like the way the baseball was hit, it was going to be a difficult throw to home for Cozart. little slight hesitation by Moustakas gave him a chance to recover and make that quick throw to Maldonado and get a huge out on this rundown, and still not allowing the other runners to advance to second and third. That's what you try to do in a rundown, be as quick as possible, get that out, and not let the other runners advance.
He was kind of caught in dead man's land there as far as whether or not to go on contact, to go back to the base. Considering where that ball was hit, that's all he could kind of do. So one out, runners at first and second. You were talking about the inside man and Joe Torre helping you
Joe,
promote this.
You know, Joe has been a great spokesperson for it. As you know, Dusty Baker was a great spokesman. So there's, you know, 1 in 2 men get cancer in their lifetime. So it's not, you know, that unique. What is happening now is we can tell men that you're going to live a normal life. That has been really what's changed. And every single person today can do a number of things for themselves. Since we know today in nutrition, just like we can sequence your cancer, we can sequence your microbiome. And 95% of all the genes in your body are not human. They're bacteria. And as you change what you eat, you change your microbiome. And as you change your microbiome, you can change how your genes are expressed.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that as far as nutrition. How big could that be, obviously, for everyone, but certainly for men in prostate cancer, to be able to change your eating habits, to be able to keep yourself at a better chance of not getting it?
Well, or to slow the growth down. We have a clinical trial going on in Philadelphia right now for women with breast cancer and men with prostate cancer, where they're monitoring your microbiome, changing your lifestyle, and seeing if they can put your cancer into remission just by changing what you eat, what you do, what you drink, you know, your exercise program. It's been an amazing thing to see. It doesn't work for everyone, but by being able to sequence modern science, you have a number of people. So women who've had surgery in this program now don't have chemo or radiation if they see a change in their microbiome, and the same thing for men, much lower levels of treatment. So
Upton racing back pedaling onto the track.
Not quite the home run there on that one.
Almost. You were excited.
We're going to get a home runs in the bottom of the third.
There you go.
Like
that's the positive thing.
HomeRunChallenge.org.
Nice job, man.
Good help.
Thank you.
3-2 Kansas City as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Jeep Cherokee. Embrace every new opportunity with a redesigned exterior and 31 Highway MPG. Test drive one today. By Mercury Insurance, we're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by your SoCal Mazda dealers. It's the bottom of the third inning. The Angels down a run. It's 3-2. It's a heck of a magic trick that Nick Tropiano pulled off there.
Yes, he did.
The way that inning started.
There was some odd swings. Yeah. That was a good play by Cozart, really, when you think about it, be able to react on that baseball off the bag. By making that play, he prevented that run from scoring, and eventually no run scored.
Simmons with a sac fly. No official at bat for him. Picked up his 34th RBI in the first. Ahead of the count here, 2 balls and no strikes. Pulled the string.
So far, he has done that quite a bit when he's been in a fastball count, whether it's a 3-1 count or a 2-0 count. He's throwing a changeup. And the odd thing, especially with Anthony Simmons at the plate, where he hits the ball to all field so well, a shift on.
Popped him up. Dozier, the first baseman, coming down the line. 1 down.
And when you have the shift on like that against Anthony Simmons, you're going to see, if you're Anthony, more off-speed pitches. Because he'll stay back in line a fastball that way. So you saw a changeup after behind the count, and then a slow breaking ball.
Cozart off the end of the bat, popping it up. Moustakas squeezes it, 2 outs. Marte with the base hit. He led off the second with a single to left and scored on the error by Gordon in left field. An error by Gordon, his first of the season. Out. That'll wake you up.
And generally, when you do that, you're setting up for a pitch going away. Hitters will always track away after a fastball up and in. See if Marte is able to do that. I always felt that was a pitcher come back inside with another fastball, because you've got to be looking away as a hitter. And going away. Still think that's the most effective pitch after an up and in fastball is another fastball in.
The old rule of thumb.
Up and
pitch
in,
up and
down
in, down and away, right?
Yes. And hitters always track that very next pitch away and down.
Marte shoots one through the left side. Well struck on the fastball. 2-out single, his second hit of the night. Hey folks, join us tomorrow. The Angels taking on the Royals in Game 2. It's a 7:07 start, and it's that time, Gooby. It's the old distressed visor, stylish as it may be.
Oh, stylish.
It is courtesy of Bedrosian Tile and Stone, and they're available to you, the fans, while supplies last.
While supplies last,
Yeah.
or unless we take them all ourselves and wear them up here for the opening tomorrow.
But wait, there's more.
There's more?
Yeah. Get your information at angels.com. That's all it was.
Yes.
If you order now, we'll send you the second distress visor for free.
Signed by you.
Yeah. Really depreciate its value. Maldonado with a single in the second. Royals up 3-2. We're in the bottom of the third. Quick throw to first base. Jeffrey getting back there. Pretty good leaping ability. It's like the old video game Frogger.
Zero stolen base attempts so far this season for Marte.
Ball with a strike.
A lot of pitches thrown for Duffy already. Next pitch will be pitch number 70. 40 strikes, 29 of them out of the strike zone.
Out toward right, playable for Jorge Soler. Halos are down here in the third. We'll head to the fourth inning with Kansas City on top.
Tools of the trade is brought to you by Ram Trucks. Sometimes you have to teach your sibling the proper way to bat flip. His son, Alcides Escobar, with a walk-off bat flip. His son with the bat flip. I'm going with his son with a better bat flip. Alcides' son, Emiliano, with a perfect bat flip.
I think little Esky went more like more Big Puma, more Lance Berkman. He kind of just placed it down gently.
Showing the respect. What was the exit velocity off of that one for him? That was pretty cool.
That was that big plastic wiffle ball bat, right?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That's what we used to have when we played those father-son games.
Oh, yes.
You know, back in the 70s, 80s. And you had the choice of using a regular bat or the wiffle ball bat.
And the sound is pretty good off of that one.
They don't have the father-kids games anymore, do they? Anywhere.
I used to love that because at that point, early in my career, you know, just married, no kids at that point. I loved to be the pitcher in that game. That was fun. And then eventually my kids were able to do that, participate. That was the best time.
I guess because of the fact that guys are so much younger now, getting to the big leagues quicker. They get more veterans back then. That's my guess. Oh, 2. Down goes Escobar.
He got him the chase. Remember last time he threw him a fastball. Good adjustment there for Tropiano. I also remember one of those father kids games being a pitcher and Bo Jackson's son was hitting. Pretty good sound off the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect spot for that breaking ball. I think when you look at the pitches that he's used today as far as getting some key outs, really it's been his curveball more so than his splitter tonight.
Almonte grounded out to Marte in the second, so he's 0 for 1. The Angels, by the way, took a high school shortstop, Jeremiah Jackson, with the 57th overall pick in the second round. First time since 2010, the Angels took high school players with their first 2 picks.
Remember the conversation we kept here that we're going to draft college pitchers and college players, position players.
.38 more rounds to go. Not tonight. The Royals went ahead and took pitchers. 5 college pitchers tonight with their 5 picks. 1-2. Monty grounds this one over to Kinsler.
Look, I think that was the way of business back in the day. I remember the 1 year, 2 years as far as drafting pitchers. Danny Jackson was picked in the winter, that supplemental pick they used to have in baseball. Then the following season, myself and David Cohn, and then the very next season, Brett Saberhagen. So they've always been an organization where they believed in drafting a lot of pitchers, especially in top rounds.
John Jay 2 for 2 with a couple of singles.
Pretty good fastball there. Better running action too for Tropiano.
Old foul. Couple good plate appearances for Jay so far tonight. Single to right, single to left. Jay signing a 1-year deal with Kansas City, $3 million deal.
So far in this game, 6-0-2 counts for Tropiano.
John Jay last year, 296 with the Cubs. Downstairs. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. 3-2 KC.
Very difficult hitter when you think we showed that earlier. How many opposite field hits John Jay has this season. Leads Major League Baseball in that category with 27.
Good coverage at the plate.
So you would think a good hard breaker ball down and in would work. Take that swing away from him.
290 career hitter in the big leagues. Second round pick by St. Louis out of the University of Miami once upon a time.
So Martin Maldonado once again, he was letting Jeffrey Marte know at first base this was going to be an off-speed pitch. Pointing that way, figured he's going to pull it But again, he let that baseball travel, even a slow breaking ball, to try to hit the other way.
Down goes Jay at a 1-2-3. Fourth inning for Nick Tropiano, the first of the game. Halos down a run. Adams at the first pick, the Angels' first pick, 17th overall selection in the 2018 MLB first year player draft, an outfielder at a high school in Cary, North Carolina. 18 years of age, hit .453, 5 doubles, 3 triples, a home run, 15 RBIs during his senior season.
Yeah, exceptional speed, exceptional athlete who has said he's got sneaky power.
Chris Young, Sky went out to left field. First pitch swinging. 1 out to start the bottom of the fourth.
Just looking at my book so far, not 1 out has been recorded on the ground so far. All in the air against Duffy.
Kinsler twice has hit a fly ball to right.
The infielders so far in this game have just been hanging around, watching. No strikeouts, no groundouts, 10 flyouts.
Mere spectators is what you're saying.
Yep. That's why you see Duffy so far this season with 14 home runs allowed.
Kinsler went 4 for 9 against the Royals in that first series in April. Skies this one down the left field line. Gordon moving over. Try to play.
Knowing Gordon, it's got to be at least 6 or 7 rows at a play for him not to jump into the stands. It was at Chicago where he went way into the stands for a foul ball and made a great play on. Trying to keep that bat alive. That was a pretty good changeup. Fouled it off.
1-2 again. Kinsler gets jammed, pops it up. Dozier into foul territory. 2 outs. So to bring up Trout, he's been on board twice with a single and an intentional walk, and he scored a run.
I think if you're Trout, you're seeing a lot of first pitch fastballs from Duffy. Let's try to get one and get the barrel of the bat on it and drive it a long way. 17 pitches, first pitch have been 14 of them been fastballs. Make that another fastball first pitch. Nowhere near the strike zone though.
See the frustration of Duffy right there just by that reaction.
Wouldn't be surprised if he threw another changeup here, 2-0, even though that was a 1-0 changeup. Trout very good on changeups. Has been his whole career.
Pulls this one out toward left. Gordon is there. The Angels go down in order just like the Royals did. And 4 have been played here. Kansas City on top.
MLB Draft Day, I spoke to a couple of players about their big day, and Andrelton Simmons' story really stood out to me. He said most teams wanted to draft him as a pitcher, but he only wanted to be drafted as a shortstop. So when the Braves called him and told him they were going to draft him, he said he was watching the TV, saw it said pitcher next to his name, so he begged and convinced the Braves to give him a chance to play shortstop. He said it took a couple minutes, but the Braves called him back, said they would give him every opportunity to play shortstop. They put it in writing, and then they drafted it, and Simba said he is forever grateful for that. And guys, I think it worked out pretty nicely for Simba.
No doubt about it. The beauty of that, when you are a guy that can play multiple positions in college or in high school, is that more times than not, especially if you're a high-end player on both sides, you try one, and if you don't succeed early on, they give you that opportunity, or you go to the organization and say, hey, I'd like to go back to doing what I was doing in high school, pitching or shortstop, whatever the case may be.
Just think of Troy Percival, former catcher that turned into an excellent closer.
Merrifield bunts this one foul. No balls, 2 strikes.
300+ career saves for Percy.
Oh, Trevor Hoffman, Hall of Fame closer, was a shortstop in the Cincinnati Reds organization.
Dave Stieb was an outfielder also for Toronto.
Joe Nathan, if I'm not mistaken, was also a position player in college.
Kenley Jansen for the Dodgers.
Catcher. He was a catcher.
Yeah, that's a pretty big target.
That dude was a catcher. Two, 3, and 4 for Kansas City here in the 5th.
Both Caleb Coward and Andrelton Simmons had a upper 90s fastball. Both were considered to be drafted as pitchers and to be position players.
Zach Greinke was a shortstop and a pitcher in high school.
Bottom line is, in high school, you played multiple positions anyhow. You pitched and you also played a position, got a chance to swing the bat. Shohei Ohtani turned out pretty good doing both.
Merrifield pulls this one into the corner. A hanging breaking ball from Tropiano. It's a leadoff extra base hit for Kansas City to start this 5th inning. 8th hit allowed by Tropiano.
18th double this season. You see that spin, that backup spin on this curveball. Inner half of the plate. Merrifield really solid as far as driving the baseball this season with 18 doubles, 4 home runs.
Met Witt last night. What a nice guy. Good player. He kind of fits that Royals mold. Moustakas takes outside. Moves 2 for 2 with a single, a double, and RBI. Two and 0.
Stock is now 5 for 8 against Tropiano. Speaking of Moustakas, he was a pretty good pitcher at Chatsworth High School, along with being a shortstop. Closed games for him. He was mid to upper 90s with his fastball.
Four-pitch walk. First 2 have reached to start the 5th for the Royals. It's the first base on balls issued by Tropiano. We'll get action going in the bullpen. Two pitches so far for Nick. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP.
You got to be ready right here, especially with Salvador Perez at the plate. Talk about somebody who will swing at the first pitch. He's one.
Looks like it'll be Jim Johnson, the first man up for the Angels.
Salvador Perez is up there hacking. 42% first pitch swing percentage and pitches per plate appearance. So he's doing some damage as quick as possible if he can, but also you get a double play ball against him.
Breaking ball out towards center. He'll take that. Merrifield looking for tag. Nope, he's going to stay right there. That ball.
Wow, Chuck got that in quickly.
Sure did.
And again, he's swinging on the first pitch. He thought it's a quick out. Trout has been really good as far as getting behind and catching that baseball on the throwing side. And getting a lot more on his throw this season. 3 outfield assists for Trout. It's all about playing long toss and also get yourself in good throwing position. Get behind the baseball well. We talk about that hitting wise, but also as an outfielder.
Jorge Solero for 2. A strikeout looking at the first, a fielder's choice in the third. Kansas City up by the score 3-2. They got a run in the first, 2 in the second. The Angels answered with solo runs in the first and second innings. Fastball for a strike, 0-2.
Solero's rolled into 5 double plays. Got away with that one there, Tropiano. He must have been looking off speed because that fastball ran to the heart of the plate, and Solero doesn't miss many fastballs.
the dirt. Maldonado unable to block it, and it takes a double play out of order.
Spike that breaking ball. See that spin as he's trying to get the body in front, spins and go off his arm. Four strikeouts in a game for Tropiano. Needs one now.
Infield at normal depth. Here's the 1-2. Pulled off the glove and into left field. Cozart can't come up with a liner that hit right at him. Upton decides to come home and go into second is Soler. It is 5-2 Kansas City.
See this breaking ball, the spin and a lot of the strike zone about thigh high. You're trying to bounce that, expand the strike zone. Lines it right over the head of Cozart for a 2 RBI double. Again, you're trying to expand the strike zone against a guy that will chase. You throw anything in the strike zone, it's going to be hit hard, and that's exactly what he did.
Three-run deficit now for the Angels. Gordon at the plate. No balls, 2 strikes. Gordon tonight 0 for 2. A fly ball to center to strikeout. Nine hits, 4 extra base hits for Kansas City. 1-2. Down goes Gordon. 2 outs. It's going to be a Tropiano. Dozier's coming up. And Chip Johnson will come on in relief. It's a rough night for Nick Tropiano. Really never had a bite to the breaking ball. Could finish some hitters off. He'll depart with a man at second base. That belongs to him. And the Angels trailing it by the score of 5-2.
Day. Get a great deal, more than a great deal, on all new Hyundai vehicles. See your Hyundai dealer today. By Carl's Jr., take your mouth to Memphis, the call of Carl's. And by your Southern California Cadillac dealers.
5-2 Kansas City with 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Nick Tropiano lifted for Jim Johnson. This will be Johnson's 30th appearance. As Tropiano, all he could do is look on. Hunter Dozier at the plate. Dozier, a double and a fly ball to left. This pitching change brought to you by Purple Bricks.
'30th game for Jim Johnson, 3.86 ERA.
Dozier had a couple of good plate appearances. I think that's why Scioscia opted to make the move here with Johnson. So the double that Dozier pulled down the left field line hit well, and the ball he just got underneath, deep fly ball to left, into the 3rd inning. Good pitch. Dozier will wear that one off the leg.
0-2. It's that 2-seamer running down and in. 2 options right now for Johnson. That same sinker a little bit even further off the inside corner, or you bounce a break a ball.
Johnson pitched yesterday against Texas, went 1 inning, 17 pitches. Breaking ball, rolled foul. Halos will have Upton, Pujols, and Simmons coming up at the bottom of the 5th inning. Another wild pitch. What Maldonado could do on that one is Johnson spiked that one.
Especially as far away that was from the home plate area.
$38 wild pitches for the Angels this year.
A little uncomfortable going back into that catching position now for Maldonado, trying to block that one. See, that really changes the way you're going after a hitter now. Because of that, runner being the 3rd, you're more apt to make sure you throw your curveball in the strike zone as compared to bouncing it again.
One, 2. Called strike 3. Down goes Dozier. Maldonado kind of fooled by that call, but the Angels will take it. Kansas City strikes for 2. They lead it 5-2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning.
Coors Banquet timeless moment back in 2003. Halos with 7 home runs versus the Expos. That game was played down in Puerto Rico. GA, Garrett Anderson with 3. Jeff DeVanna with 2 home runs. Troy Gloss, Brad Fulmer with a home run in that game. 7 home runs. They'll take about 3 or 4 here tonight, the Halos.
Down 5-2. Duffy's coming off his one and only 1-2-3 inning. Upton, Pujols, Simmons for the Angels. Justin singled in the first inning, walked into second. Two and one. Two one. Out toward right field. Little chase Soler back. Still going back and onto the track at the wall. Leaps up. Gone. Big fly for Justin Upton the opposite way. It's 5-3 Kansas City.
Boy, just like we talked in the opening today for Justin Upton going the other way. And just as we talked about the Halos with 7 home runs back on this day 2003, Justin Upton hits a home run here. It is our top tier play brought to you by Arco. J-Up going the other way again on a fastball out over the plate. Back-to-back games for Upton with a big fly to that part of the field. And another home run just over that yellow line. Would have been a double last year, home run this year.
There's Albert. Takes outside. Pujols 0 for 1, a walk and a fly ball to left. Two on pitch. Albert pops it up. Soler makes the call of the catch, 1 out.
Got another out in the air tonight.
So you're sensing a trend is what I'm hearing.
Remember there was a game not that long ago, there was not a 1 ground ball out recorded in a game. I remember we were doing that. I can't remember who that was against. So far in this game, Duffy with all fly ball outs. Upton hit a fly ball out of the ballpark.
Angel to Simmons, a sacrifice fly in the first, popped out to Dozier, foul territory in the third. 0 for 1. Two down. Cozart, a fly ball to left and a pop up to third. Duffy had 91 pitches. Pops it up. Salvador Perez will make the catch, and the Angels are done here in the 5th inning. Leadoff home run by Upton draws the Angels a little bit closer, 5-3 Kansas City as we head to the 6th.
Photo or video with hashtag Hats Off for Heroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Royals on top 5-3 here in the start of the 6th inning. Jim Johnson, who finished off the 5th, is back out on the mound. Up there with a couple of hits, a single and a home run. Escobar, Almonte, and Jay 8-9-1 for the Royals. Ground ball to short. One down. Well, that's really just a second ground ball tonight off the bat of Kansas City. Pardon me, fourth.
So amazing, not one ground ball out recorded for Kansas City on the defensive side.
Monty is twice grounded out, both to the right side.
Duffy so far, even though he's had a tough season to this date, he's up in this game through 5 innings. Again, no strikeouts, no ground ball outs. Pretty good career numbers against the Angels for Duffy, 2-1 with a 3.46. He's had some traffic in the game against him.
Almonte shooting one through the left side. 10th hit of the night for Kansas City. And it'll bring up John Jay. Jay 2 for 3, couple of hits and a strikeout.
Well, you would think with John Jay's ability to handle the bat and hit the ball the other way that the Royals may think hit and run here. Like Scioscia thinking the same thing. Quick throw over the first base.
Simmons will get it. Has no play though. Another hit for Jay. 11th hit now for Kansas City. 2 on, 1 out.
A lot of times we talk about shifts on in the infield, but when you have a hitter that hits so many baseballs the other way, it's surprising that you don't play him as if he's a right-handed batter hitting it in the hole. Anderson Simmons can cover a lot of ground. He's able to keep that in the infield. There's going to be no play with that speed of Amonte and Jay running down the line.
It's the 6th 3-hit game of the season for John Jay. Jose Alvarez getting ready. With Merrifield 1 for 3, doubled and scored in the 5th.
Merrifield with 6 ground ball double plays against him. Jim Johnson always been a double play specialist.
Broken bat liner to third. They throw to second, and I don't know how Kinsler caught that ball, but safe at second base. 2 down.
And that's basically being screened there too for Kinsler. How he was able to do that, I have no idea. That's like having a goalie have to try to make a save with someone right in front in traffic.
Golden Knights could have used Kinsler tonight.
Yeah.
Not so good.
Capitals on the cusp of their first ever Stanley Cup championship.
Crazy. This is a stall tactic here, I would imagine, for Alvarez to come in and face Moustakas. And here comes Scioscia. So Johnson is done here with Moustakas due up. 2 men on. The Angels down 2, trying to keep it dead weights. 5-3 Kansas City. We're in the 6th inning.
Toyota dealers. By McDonald's. Download and register on the McDonald's app today for great deals. And by City National Bank, a proud sponsor of Angels baseball.
We're at the top of the 6th inning with Kansas City on top by the score of 5-3. And Jose Alvarez takes over for Jim Johnson. This will be Jose's 30th appearance of the season. 2-2 with a 2.45 ERA, 27 strikeouts, 6 walks, and 25 plus innings.
Been pretty solid this entire season, especially considering that his fastball has been pretty consistent 90 to 93 range. Mike Moustakas has been very good in these situations with runners in scoring position. When you think about percentages of RBIs as a team, he's right up there at the top.
Swinging first pitch, pops it up. Shallow center field. Simmons going out. As Young calls him off and makes the catch for the 3rd out. Alvarez gets the job done. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Halos have the bottom 3rd of the order coming up, down by 2. FS1, Gooby, every match live, and 300 hours of coverage.
Can't wait.
The world's biggest sporting event is just 10 days away right here on Fox and FS1. Who you got?
Germany.
Get out of here.
Okay.
Shake thyself.
Should I leave now?
It's 5-3. Danny W.
Get out of here.
Marte leading things off. He's 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. No, seriously.
Just get out. Here you go.
5 runs, 11 hits, and errors, 7 left on for Kansas City. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors, 6 left on for the Angels. One-oh pitch.
Before I get out of this booth right here for you, Victor, there's a pretty decent stat here for Danny Duffy as far as what he has done so far as the fly ball out pop-ups. 15 of them, first 15 outs are fly-outs or pop-ups. First pitcher to do so since at least 1974. All right, goodbye. I'm going.
You going?
Yeah.
Tapping out. All back. Two balls, 1 strike. Two. 2-2 pitch. Jeffrey just got a piece of it. Two pitch again. Full count. Our good friend Mark Rogadino has chimed in on the World Cup. He's a huge soccer guy.
Yeah.
He is going out on a limb and going with Brazil.
He's going out on a limb on that one?
Yeah. Those are his words. I quoted him.
That's like going into the NBA season and say, I think Golden State's going to be there in the finals.
It's kind of what you do every year. Every year. 3-2. Marte hits one out toward left field, chasing Gordon back, still drifting back at the wall, gone! Big fly for Jeffrey Marte, his third hit of the night. The Angels are down 1.
Marte is working hard tonight. Marte with 3 hits, including that home run. Another fly ball. This time another one left the building. The Marte Parte tonight. And the Parte makes it easy. We make it easy, brought to you by SoCal Toyota. Pitch upstairs, talk about driving a secondary pitch out. It's another home run on a secondary pitch by Danny Duffy this season. Alex Gordon back to the wall and then over the wall. Didn't quite time that. I don't know if he's going to be able to get up there anyhow, but you see that so often with Alex Gordon. Didn't time that leap right on that one.
Yeah, no question. That's why the hesitation on my part.
Especially with him out there.
Yeah, been known to do that. A pitching change. Ned Yost pulls Danny Duffy. And he does so with Kansas City on top by the score of 5-4. Pitching change here in the 6th.
Trying to find out if he's ever had a game where he had no strikeouts.
That's crazy. Jeffrey Marte with a 3-hit game. It's McCarthy on relief. Kevin, to be exact. This will be his 22nd appearance. 4-2 with a 2.55 earned run average. Nobody out. And Martin Maldonado at the plate.
McCarthy's fastball is 90, 94. He'll throw a curveball, slider, and a changeup. One thing to keep in mind now with a right-handed pitcher on the mound, Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani on deck.
2 balls, no strikes. Duffy's had, as I look here, 5 games which he started and did not record a strikeout. But I mean, you're going back to 2015, 2014. Wow. 2-1. Maldonado 1 for 2 with a single and a fly ball to right. It's been a frustrating season for Danny Duffy. Off-speed pitch.
And he's been a guy that's been vocal about saying he wants to play his entire career with Kansas City.
Two balls, two strikes. Mentioned Shohei Ohtani on deck. Chris Young 0 for 2 tonight. A couple of fly balls to left. 2-2. Down goes Maldonado, 1 out. Shift on with Ohtani at the plate. He'll take downstairs. Shohei at 283, 8 doubles, a triple, 6 home runs, 20 runs batted in. He's 1 for 3 as a pinch hitter this year, and all 6 of his home runs are hit here at Angel Stadium. 1-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Back-to-back off-speed pitches.
He likes to throw that changeup when he's behind 1-0 to lefties, but nearly 90% of the time this season he has thrown a 2-0 fastball. Came in with another changeup.
Yep. Two-one. Ground ball right side. Escobar far to his left underneath the glove. And once it gets by him, you know what? Even if Escobar gets to it, I think that's a really close play.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to throw him out, because as good as Escobar is and how well he gets rid of the baseball once he gets it into the glove, that would have been a very difficult throw to first base. Shohei Ohtani runs extremely well down the line. You have the shift on. Hold that off-speed pitch. Ohtani's able to be safe at first. See how quick he gets down the line.
It's effortless, man. You know?
I would think that would be a base hit.
Yeah, it is a base hit. So tying running Ohtani over at first base. Here's Kinsler, top of the order. Ian hitless tonight. 3 fly ball outs. Royals up 5-4.
That base hit by Ohtani now. Angels pinch hitters 5 for 31 this season. 2 of those 5, Shohei Ohtani. Just a 161 batting average pinch hitting for the Angels so far this season.
1-1. Downstairs, 2 balls and a strike. McCarthy, a 26-year-old, 16th round pick by Kansas City out of Marist College, 2013. Noe Ramirez getting ready for the Angels. Lays off, and it misses low 3-1.
That's pretty good take. That's a pretty good movement on it. Trout on deck, you can almost anticipate Kinsler getting a fastball now.
Three-one pitch, and he works the walk. 2 on.
Pretty good sink on the fastball, and that leads me to believe, especially with McCarthy on his sink on his fastball, this should be a good matchup for Trout. Fourth walk of the game. Royals pitching against the Angels.
Offense needs to do something against the bullpen for Kansas City. They have struggled mightily, 10-10 this year with a 5.51 ERA. Trout 1 for 2. Single and an intentional walk. Takes a strike. Borderline pitch at best.
Yeah, Trout doesn't react too often on strikes called against him. He was not real happy with that one called.
Outfield straight around, as is the infield. 0-2.
Trout with a lot of success in his career versus Kansas City, but the one thing they've tried to do against him is try to run a high fastball. Now you wonder if McCarthy's capable of doing that, because he's got some hard sink on his fastball.
And tight.
So far this season, more than half the time, he's showing something off speed on a 1-2 count against a right-handed batter.
Trout lines one to center field. A base hit. Ohtani is being waved around. He will score. Kinsler will take third, and we're tied up at 5. Trout with his 38th run batted in.
I just felt that this was going to be a great matchup for Trout, and he comes through again. 2 hits in the game, a walk, now an RBI. Shohei Ohtani got the inning started. Get this rally started, I should say, with a base hit in the infield. Trout lines that one. Short through the baseball and so strong. Lines that ball to left center field. Shohei Ohtani looks back on that. That's when you want to try to pick up your third base coach as quick as possible. Did so and scores the tying run. Also, Kinsler able to go all the way to third on that rocket to center field.
First and third, still 1 out. Upton on board 3 times, single, walk, and a home run. That ball Trout hit 113 miles per hour off the bat.
That baseball almost got by Monte in center.
Off-speed pitch from McCarthy there. Just into the hole at 0-2. Go-ahead run at third base. That's Kinsler. Tropiano off the hook. Oh, 2 pitch. Bouncer foul, protecting there.
Justin Upton, his last at bat, worthy of a Carlos Cam replay. Going the other way. Back-to-back nights for home runs. 12th yesterday, 13th tonight for Justin Upton, both to right center field.
To 5-5 game. We are in the 6th. Albert Pujols on deck. One and two. McCarthy, a little bit of time last year in the big leagues, 33 games, 3.20 ERA. That's in the big leagues for the first time in 2016. Two balls, two strikes.
It's a pretty good take. And Upton's trying to get a pitch that he could hit deep in the air.
Two. Pulled toward third. Moustakas is going to come home. Kinsler is out at the plate. Quick tag by Perez.
There's certainly not a lot of room there to be able to slide into home plate for Kinsler.
2 outs.
Moustakas decided to not try to get that double play turn. No chance at all for Kinsler to get in there. Moustakas with a quick throw. Quick on the transfer. No chance to get through. That plate is blocked.
You know what?
I thought that plate was blocked well before the throw in there. You could block it once you have the baseball. That was before the baseball.
One out count on Albert. Albert hitless 0 for 2 with a walk. One out. Ground ball right side. Merrifield's not going to get there. Travel coming to score. Upton on his way to third. He will be stopped there, and the Angels have taken a 6-5 lead.
Albert Pujols with a lot of success against the Royals in his career. 80 RBI in his career versus the Royals. Make that 81 with that swing going the other way, with the shift being put on by Ned Yost. A changeup that stayed up, and Albert stayed back on it and lines it. We talked about that just the other day, Vic. Remember how he's hitting the ball the other way, using that lower part of his body to drive the ball. That way comes through with a clutch RBI single. Albert now is 51 RBI away from 2,000 in his career.
Simmons takes down and in. Six-5 Halos here in the 6th. Simmons 0 for 2. Had a sac fly in the first.
Just 2 RBI away from the man he looked up and respected so much, Stan Musial, as far as the all-time RBI list.
A bunt on the third base side goes foul. The stock is playing back at third base. Not a bad idea.
Albert now 7 for 17 with runners in scoring position of late. Been very effective, driving in runs. Picked up an RBI there.
One and two. Time called. Blocked by Perez. Pujols going to try to go to second base. Now they got him in a run down here. gets tagged out for the 3rd out, so the inning comes to an end.
Tough one, especially with Anderson Simmons, how well he has hit with 2 strikes and with men in scoring position.
Marte got the party started.
The Marte started with Marte's home run. Then Mike Trout. Line drive up the middle. Albert Pujols doing what he does best, driving in a run. Angels up 6-5.
Ramirez coming on a relief for the Angels here to start the 7th inning against Kansas City.
Go back to my Hyundai key for this game tonight for the Angels. Go about fall in line. Talk about balance in the lineup. Certainly a lot of balance in his lineup set by Jeffrey Marte. 3 hits, his 7th career 3-hit game. 4th of the season. Mike Trout with that RBI single. Albert Pujols giving the Halos the lead with his RBI single.
Noe Ramirez pitching for the 30th time this year. 1-2 and a 3.51 ERA. Perez, Soler, and Dozier. That's hammered out to deep left field, and the Royals have just tied this one up. 1 pitch, and Noe Ramirez gives up another home run. Did so yesterday.
Against a hitter that swings at the first pitch as often as anybody in the game.
So a 6-6 game now. Jumping on that first pitch.
Well, you can't throw him anything near the strike zone first pitch. So strong.
Soler 1 for 3, doubled his last time up. Like the ball rolled foul. Home run for Perez, his 10th of the year, 31st run batted in. 12 hits for Kansas City, 10 for the Angels. Halos have a new right fielder, Michael Hermosillo. Did not go. Chopper to short. One down.
That's a little bit of that pitcher's arm he has. We talked about earlier today. Alex Curry was talking about him potentially being drafted as a pitcher. You can see that arm strength that Anderson Simmons has. Had to get a lot on that throw and did so to first base.
So base is clear for Alex Gordon. He's 0 for 3. 0-1. Got it in. Ball at a strike. Just one of those games tonight. Both starting pitchers had their issues.
Kind of reminiscent of the old battles they used to have, Kansas City and the Angels back in the day when they were in the same division.
Ground ball. Kinsler's there. 2 down. To the ring of Hunter Dozier. The base is clear. Ahead of the Angels half of the 7th. Andrelton Simmons will lead things off. He was at the play when Pujols decided to take off towards second base on the ball in the dirt. Like to have that one over.
Yeah, and Andrelton Simmons, you know, we've talked about how well he has hit with runners in scoring position and with 2 strikes. He wanted that opportunity. And credit Merrifield, he did a real good job of preventing Upton to get a jump at third. He's running Albert back and looking at Justin Upton all the way to make sure that was not going to happen. As far as textbook, that was textbook. On the Royals side, certainly would like to give Andrelton Simmons a chance to swing the bat there.
Dozier skies it foul. It's 2 balls and a strike. Action in the Royals pen. Out toward right. Hermosillo's there. And he'll make the catch. Salvador Perez ties it up with a leadoff home run, 6-6, as we enter stretch time here at the Big A.
And the Angels so far, 22 total hits in this game. We're at the bottom of the 7th.
Right-hander Jason Adam takes over for Kansas City. This will be his 11th appearance in the big leagues this year. 11 2/3 innings, 13 strikeouts, 4 walks. And he's going to get, like we said, Simmons to start, then Cozart and Marte.
And his fastball is 92, 96 with a curveball and a changeup.
Adams back with his original ball club. Royals drafted him 5th round in 2010 at a Blue Valley Northwest High School. He's a Kansas native. Traded to Minnesota for Josh Willingham in 2014. Ended up signing with the Padres last year. Got released in August and re-signed with the Royals. "26 years of age. That's how much that area has grown in Kansas City. When I was there was one Blue Valley.
I was going to say there's quite a few now.
Yep. Angelton to sac fly, a pop to Dozier, the first baseman, a fly ball to right. 1-1.
Albert Pujols went to high school out there in Kansas City.
He's on the Missouri side.
Missouri. It's a pretty good curveball there from Adam. Simmons has been great on secondary pitches this season. About 362 versus curveballs and changeups, sliders this season. Brandon Simmons.
2-2's fouled off. Cozart on deck. Middleton fouls it back. Good little battle here between Adam and Simmons. Full count. That'd be pretty cool for Adam to be pitching for his hometown team, much like Mike Moore got a chance to do, the former Angel. Also grew up on the Kansas side. There's the payoff. Angelton pops it up. Dozier, the first baseman, to foul territory. 1 out. Hey, join the Angels Saturday, June 23rd at 6 p.m. with the Toronto Blue Jays in town to stay for a Christmas in June themed post-game fireworks show and movie. For more information on the post-game movie, go to angels.com. We know what the movie is, but we're not going to divulge it.
You're a mean one.
Ah, Mr. Grinch. We're here all week.
Yes.
Cozart 0 for 3. 3 fly ball outs. Has anybody made it out on the ground? Fielder's choice for Upton.
Yeah, that was it. It's a good play by Moustakas. Force out at home.
Two outs.
Going to chase that slow breaking ball well off the plate. Martes had a great game in the 6th inning. Down, he got a changeup and hits it over the wall to left center field. Third home run, third hit of the game. 3 home runs on the season, 3 hits tonight, 7th time in his career, 4th time this season. Marte has had a 3-hit game.
The Angels have Cam Bedrosian getting ready. Marte, half-hearted swing. Flares went out to right field. Soler coming on. It falls in there. How about a 4-hit game?
Just a second of his career for Marte. Last time he did it, May 31st, 2016 versus the Tigers. So the partay continues for Jeffrey Marte. Jammed on a fastball. Then he tried to pick up where exactly that baseball went. It lands perfectly in right field for his 4th hit.
One for his last 24.
He goes, ow, how's your hands feeling on that one? Feels a lot better when it falls in for a hit, though.
Yeah. Bat Boy can retrieve his knuckles. Hand it to him when he comes back into the dugout. Maldonado 1 for 3, had a single in the 2nd inning. 6-6 game.
I think Martin would love that pitch back. You can do a lot with that pitch. Middle part of the plate, you can stay back and drive at the right center field, or you can try to turn that. The velocity on that fastball, he's providing the power. You get the barrel of the bat on it, go a long way.
Marte gets picked off first base. That'll do it for the Angels here in the 7th inning. So back-to-back innings, base running blunders for the Halos. We're ahead of the 8th. It's a 6-6 game.
And Royals. Alongside Jose Mota, I'm Patrick O'Neill. We'll be here after this game for Angels Live, brought to you by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Jose, we'll forgive Jeffrey Marte getting picked off there at first base.
Somewhat.
Because of that home run in the 6th? Okay.
That's a bad base running play.
But the home run and the bat is certainly awake tonight.
I'll give him that. Jeffrey Marte getting a chance again against the lefty. The Angels scuffling against lefties until today. 4 runs off Danny Duffy. Counts for a whole lot. Marte 3 home runs all against southpaws, and of course gets his average up from 240 to 278, 4 hits. And Mike Trout, who else in the middle of the action for the Angels in that 6th inning? And Albert Pujols against the shift, career RBI number 1,949 right through the left side of Merrifield diving, and Albert gives the Angels the lead, which should not last very long.
Well, we certainly have a game, and we'll also have a director of amateur scouting, Matt Swanson, his report on the first 2 picks, Victor and Gooby. That's all in Angels Live Post. Talk to you then.
Thanks a lot, Patio, as Cam Bedrosian, you mentioned, on the bump to start this 8th inning. And there'll be danger zone there for Escobar. First pitch swinging on that fastball, just like Perez did. It's Noe Ramirez in the 7th. Perez capitalizing and tying the game at 6. Escobar, 1 for 3, I should say. A single back in the 2nd inning. No balls, 2 strikes.
And if you're Hermosillo right now, you got to be ready to catch a baseball your way. If it's going to be more likely something away against Escobar.
Breaking ball out toward right. Hermosillo is shading that way. Long run, not going to get there. Goes into foul territory. Upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Out toward right. This one's playable. 1 out. Almonte, the center fielder, 1 for 3. He had a single in the 6th inning.
Oh, 2. Good tight slider there from Cam.
Thanks. Oh, 2 pitch. Upstairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Angels in the 8th inning have 8-9-1 coming up. Maldonado, Hermosillo, and Kinsler. Tim Hill, the left-hander, getting ready. Full count. Top of the order, John Jay on deck.
He's had a big game, 3 hits.
Monty over to Kinsler on the backhand. 2 down.
Boy, Kinsler's always under control defensively at second base. Gold Glove winner.
Good fastball for a strike. 3 singles and a strikeout for Jay. He's also picked up an RBI. That was in the second. 18th run batted in. Oh, 2. Noe Ramirez pitched the 7th inning, gave up the home run to Perez, then retired the next 3. Alvarez 1/3 of an inning. Johnson an inning before that. All on the heels of Nick Tropiano gave up 5 runs at 5 2/3 tonight. 9 hits, 5 strikeouts, and a walk for Trop. 1-2. Downstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You're seeing a hitter right now that's seeing the baseball so well this season because of his ability to hit the ball the other way. You can track a fastball a little bit better, although you would think an up and in fastball would be effective against him.
Whit Merrifield, second baseman's on deck. 2-2 now from Camp. A chopper off the plate. Kinsler's going to have to charge it. Barehands
What a
it.
play.
Yeah, throws him out. Nice play by Ian Kinsler and a nice clean inning for Cam Pedrosian.
Didn't we say under control? Ian Kinsler under control, knowing doesn't have a whole lot of time. Just used the bare hand, catches it, and throws the palm ball to get the out.
Baseball 18. RBI Baseball 18 delivers all new franchise mode and much more. There's that much more again.
Oh, I love much more.
RBI Baseball 18 is available now. Learn more at RBIGame.com. Rated E for everyone. Tim Hill, the lefty, on the mound for Kansas City as we begin the bottom of the 8th inning. 6-6 tie. This will be his 24th game. 1-1 mark and a 2.95 ERA. Maldonado lead things off. Hermosillo on deck, then Kinsler.
89-94 with his fastball, throw a slider and a changeup.
It is a funky delivery. Fastball inside. Maldonado 1 for 3. He was at the plate when Marte got picked off to end the 7th inning. Just a bit inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Held a 32nd round pick in 2014 by Kansas City.
Had to deal with colon cancer, stage 3, 8 months of chemo, but what a story he is, be back in the major leagues.
2-1. Check swing foul. Two balls, 2 strikes. Angels have Blake Parker getting ready. Two, 3, and 4 due up for Kansas City in the 9th. Two from Hill. Full count.
We'll get and bat working here for Maldonado.
Hermosillo took over defensively in the 7th, out in right field. 3-2, and he works the leadoff walk.
Mike Soch will have Hermosillo bunting here.
I was going to say, if you're going to do that, then you've got to have a pinch runner at first. Coward will take over. Briseño will catch the 9th. Hermosillo, first plate appearance. Stockus in third base. This is missed by Hermosillo. 0-1. One sacrifice to AAA this year for Hermosillo. 8 last year. 1-1.
Something to keep in mind that the Angels are 18-3 when they've had at least 10 hits in a game. Trying to take the lead here now.
offensive foul. One and two.
That's 75% of the time. I'll still throw a fastball, 1-2 even.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
There's another fastball. This time it runs off the outside part of the plate.
Michael 2 for 11 overall in the big leagues. 0 for 3 yesterday with 3 ground outs. There's 2 hits, doubles. Coward, the pinch runner at first. For count.
Oh, but just looking at the numbers this year, the Angels with just 3 sacrifice bunts this year.
(3-2) and ball 4. So back-to-back walks to start the bottom of the 8th inning.
That was pretty close to the lower part of the strike zone. Working a walk there.
Especially after falling behind.
Can't imagine this being a bunt scenario for Ian Kinsler. Trout on deck, you would think that they would go ahead and walk him.
It's the 6th walk issued by Royals pitching. Although Mustafa Dozier, 3rd and 1st, respectively, playing in on the grass. Kinsler 0 for 3 with a walk.
Kinsler's always been aggressive in his career on that first pitch. Let's see what he can do on the first pitch fastball here.
Takes a strike. Borderline pitch.
Tell you what, it's a tough angle to pick up the baseball from Tim Hill, even as a right-handed batter.
Oh, 1. Yanked foul, 0-2. Kinsler strikes out, 1 out.
Mike Trout back in the 6th inning. The Angels needed an RBI. They get it from Trout. Lines out with the left center field. They rock it. Perfect swing for Trout. Scoring Shohei Ohtani.
2 for 3 tonight, 2 singles and an intentional walk. An RBI, 2 runs scored. Coward at 2nd. And Lucio at 1st. Michael will take a strike. 6-6 game here at the bottom of the 8th. Outfield straight around for Kansas City. 1-1.
Boy, so far every pitch we've seen from Tim Hill has been at the knees or below. And Trout, throughout his entire career, has crushed pitches that are low in the strike zone.
An off-speed pitch, 1-2.
He was tracking a low fastball instead.
One-two from Hill. Ground ball off the glove toward the middle. That'll sneak through. Coward's going to be waved around. He's going to score. Miscommunication between Escobar and Merrifield. Halos on top, 7-6.
That doesn't change my key to the game. The communication breakdown by Led Zeppelin. That looked like it had a chance. Although it's going to always be difficult to turn a double play against Trout, but that was the perfect baseball to have that shot. Instead, it ends up being an RBI single. This is right back up the middle, off the glove. And then both middle infielders looking at the baseball, gets through. At worst case scenario, you want to try to knock that down, keep it in the infield. Instead, Trout comes through with another RBI single up the middle. Three-hit game and a walk for Trout. 2 RBI. And that leadoff walk comes around to score.
Hermosillo ends up at third base. Runners at the corner. Still one out. Here's Upton. And he takes off the plate. Seven-6 Angels. First lead of the night. Up the ground ball through the right side, a base hit. Hermosillo scores. Trout on his way to third, and the Angels extend their lead to 8-6.
All 3 hits tonight by Justin Upton the other way, letting the baseball travel just like we talked about in the opening. Comes through again. Another RBI. And it was fun watching Trout go first to third, by the way, on that one. Not trying to pull the baseball, letting it travel deep in the strike zone and lines it short through the baseball for another RBI. And seeing Trout, no hesitation whatsoever, turns on the afterburners, first to third. Trying to add on here now with Albert coming to the plate after the pitching change.
New pitcher coming on for Kansas City. Hill is lifted. Halos on top, 8-6 with 1 out, 2 on here in the 8th.
Angels Baseball on Fox Sports West is brought to you by your Southern California Ford dealers. Buy Jack in the Box. Try the new Cholula Buttery Jack, part of the Buttery Jack family, only at Jack in the Box.
Halos on top, 8-6. We're still in the bottom of the 8th inning with 1 out, runners at the corners. Birch Smith takes over for Tim Hill. This will be the 17th appearance for Birch. No record in a 6.66 ERA, 28 strikeouts, 18 walks at 25 plus innings. He's got Trout at third, Upton at first, and Pujols at the plate. First pitch upstairs. Pujols 1 for 3. RBI single in the 6th inning. He walked in the first.
Go back to Missouri. No one wants you.
Breaking ball drops in there.
Jesus Christ.
Not a big lead for Upton at first base. Here's the 1-1. Out back. Good hack at that fastball.
Yeah, Smith's fastball is pretty firm. 90-96 will throw a curveball and a changeup.
5 games on the docket today throughout Major League Baseball. Yankees and the Tigers played 2 of them in double dip. They split that one.
Hey, Aaron Judge, tough day, huh?
Ooh, 0 for 9 with 8 strikeouts. San Francisco beat Arizona 10-3. San Diego over Atlanta 11-4. This is the only game still being played. Breaking ball, line to left field, a base hit. Here comes Trout. Second RBI of the game for Pujols, up to try to go to third. He is out. Good throw by Alex Gordon. 2 outs.
Something that Alex Gordon has done since making that transition from third base to left field. One of the best, most accurate throwing arms for a left fielder. Albert jumps on that breaking ball from Smith and lines it in left field. Second RBI, now 50 RBI away from 2,000. One hop throw gets him a third. So after 2 walks to start off the inning, 3 consecutive hits for the Angels. Just 1 RBI away now from jumping in this tie for 6 with Stan Musial for Albert Pujols, 7th all time with 1,950 career RBI.
Simmons takes a breaking ball a little bit low. Andrelton 0 for 3. Did have a sacrifice fly in the first inning, picking up his 34th run batted in. 9-6 Angels. We're in the 8th. Long one tonight. 1-0. This was cued towards second base. It's the off-speed pitch. Albert will get forced out. We will head to the 9th inning. Parker had been warming up. He's coming on in relief. 9-6 Halos. Trout enough to show tonight, Gooby.
Boy, using the whole field. Trout a couple times, couple RBIs up the middle, and just enough and real effective going the other way throughout this game. 3rd hit to right field for Upton.
'28th game, 1-1 record at 2.96 ERA. Caleb Coward, who pinch ran for Martin Maldonado, stays in the game over at first base. Jose Briseño comes on as the new catcher. He's behind the plate. And with Coward staying in and Briseño coming into the game, as with Parker. Parker, I believe, takes the spot of Pujols in the DH spot.
That'd be pretty cool to be able to tell your kids and grandkids you took over for Albert Pujols in that position in the lineup. Even if it never happens, it's still pretty cool.
You got that going for you.
Yeah.
2, 3, and 4, Merrifield. Moustakas and Perez for Kansas City. Parker comes in and falls behind at 2 balls, no strikes. Merrifield, pardon me, tonight, 1 for 4. Double with a run score in the 5th.
Very good when he's ahead of the count. He's ahead of the count now.
Merrifield shoots one out toward right center field. Trout tracking it. 1 down.
Trout able to track that one down. The all-important first out here.
Moustakis on board 3 times tonight with a single, double, and a walk. 2 for 3 overall. Both Seattle, Houston idle. That toward left center field, hit well. Trout racing back, shy of the track. Will haul it in, 2 outs. Here's Salvador Perez. Perez homered, lead off the 7th inning. That was against Noe Ramirez, and at that point tied the score at 6. One ball, 1 strike. One and 2. Parker set. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Check swing. Asked on appeal and did not go. Gooby, did he go?
He went, but catcher doing that, so they're more apt to not call that on the catcher. That bat is crossing the plate, but with a catcher, no. Especially he's going to be behind the plate with him tomorrow.
2-2 pitch. This inside for count. Three-two. Now back to Rip. Just go back to the lineup just for lineup sake. Briseño did take over from Marte, so no other changes there. Coward over at first base. So sorry, Blake Parker did not claim. No. Took over for Albert. Now their payoff pitch and missed inside. Ball 4.
That
2-out walk.
Splitter ran off the inside part of the plate just enough to be a ball. Pretty good at bat there for Perez. World Series MVP back in 2015 for Kansas City.
Jorge Soler coming up now. Soler with a 2 RBI double. That was in the 5th inning. Oh, 2.
Good breaker ball. So often received from Blake Parker. Fastball, splitter, good curveball.
Parker set the 0-2. Missed it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 26 hits combined between these two teams tonight in the opener of this 3-game set. Kansas City with 12. The Angels with 14. One-two pitch. Just a little bit low.
I can't believe he didn't go after it.
I was thinking the exact same thing. How did he take that pitch? That's a tough one to lay off of.
And it's just a little bit below the strike zone, but when you hear all those oohs and ahs in the stadium, there's a pretty good chance now that Soler is going to be swinging at this next pitch, if it's close enough to the strike zone.
Two-two, foul back. Coward not holding Perez on. His run means nothing with the Angels up 3 in the 9th. Let's try this again. Swing and a miss. Light that baby up as the Angels take the opener of this 3-game set. 9-6 the final tonight.
Comeback variety. The 12th of the season for the Angels. Our Land Rover above and beyond player of the game. Back-to-back games for home runs. 3 for 4 in the game for Justin Upton with a home run, 2 RBI. Mike Trout also a big game, but Justin Upton has got that swing together, hitting the ball the other way. Halo's coming back. That's the 4th save of the season for Blake Parker. Solid come from behind victory. The Angels now 19-3 when they get 10 or more hits in a game.
Cam Bedrosian with his 1-2-3 8th inning picks up the victory in relief. And for Cam, that's his 2nd of the season. He is 2-1. Tim Hill suffers the loss for Kansas City. He's 1-2. And as you mentioned, Blake Parker picks up the save, his 4th of the year. What a performance offensively for this Angels ball club. Mentioned the 14 hits. Trout had a big game, as did Upton. Mike Trout's down to the field with Alex Curry. Alex.
Mike, this was a back-and-forth battle right out of the gates, but you could see the never-quit attitude from this team late in the game. What's that say about your guys right now?
Just keep fighting. We're grinding at bats, getting on base, and it's fun to be a part of.
Now, we saw that with production from the entire lineup, but really, Jeffrey Marte, 4-hit game, starting that rally. How clutch was he in the 6th inning?
Huge. He talked to me before the game. He's just trying to put the ball in play and get some hits, not try to do too much, and paid off tonight, 4 hits.
In a game like tonight where you have multiple guys having multi-hit games, is this a sense where hitting just starts to become contagious among you guys?
Definitely. We're grinding, have great at-bats, laying off good pitches, and it's fun to be a part of right now.
Congrats on picking up the win.
Thank you.
The Angels take game 1 against Kansas City, a final of 9-6. But don't go anywhere, because we're going to break it all down next on Angels Live with Patrick O'Neill and Jose Mota right here on Fox Sports West.